That's right, folks. Good morning. Good morning to everyone. This is Hire It Done on 97.1 The Ticket. My name's Adam Helfman. This is the home improvement show that teaches you, the homeowner, how to fix, repair, or remodel everything within the four corners of your lot. It's not a do-it-yourself show, folks, but I want to make it very clear to everyone listening. I am not anti-do-it-yourself. I'm just pro-do-it-for-me. In fact, that's the new definition of do-it-yourself. If you're a do-it-yourselfer, let me tell you, I redefined the category for you. Sure, a do-it-yourselfer is a person who goes into Ace Hardware, picks up some light bulbs, picks up maybe some faucets, some sprinkler heads, little things like that. But are you really going to go and do your own roof? Are you really going to build your own deck? Now, there are people out there who do that, and there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I envy you a little bit. You see, folks, from the neck down, I'm worth minimum wage. From the chin up is how I earn my living to share my knowledge with you, the homeowner. And that's the key and the success of Hire It Done. Because Hire It Done is the home improvement radio show that teaches you, the homeowner, how to fix, repair, or remodel everything within the four corners of your lot. You see, we help you. Your house doesn't have an odometer. You don't know when to change the air filters in your furnace. You don't know how to check the air leakage. You don't know if there's carbon monoxide spewing out of your water heater or your furnace. Come on. Let Hire It Done be your odometer. Let me tell you when to change your furnace filter. That's what I want to do. I want to have some fun with you today. And to all my fans and listeners, a shout out to you, my main man, Lawrence Levy. You need a levy on your side, right? That's how it works. So we have a really, really good show today. Lots of content, folks. Lots of content. In fact, so much so that I want to get right into it. So does remodeling bring you joy? Have you thought of doing a remodeling project around your house? Are you fearful? You know what the two biggest fears homeowners have? Overpaying and getting ripped off. I don't blame them. I don't want to get ripped off. It's not easy. In fact, getting the right contractor is a whole science. There's a whole process. And at Hire It Done, we help you get that homeowner. Get that contractor. And that's the key. But what kind of joy do you get from remodeling your house? House Logic is a website that I peruse. And they surveyed consumers recently about the last home improvement project that they completed and if they were satisfied and what kind of satisfaction. And here's the thing, folks, and this goes to do it yourself or do it for me. Remember, do it for me is the trend. Most homeowners, millennials, you've heard of those kids, they don't want to do anything themselves. They want to go on YouTube and they want to learn how to build their own deck. And then once they get like 3 minutes and 47 seconds into the YouTube video, they're like, oh, I can't do this. I got to get a guy. Is there an app? They go on their phone. Can I order a deck? What do I do? You go to Hire It Done. That's what you do. But here's the thing. You can build your own deck and you can have that satisfaction. You can feel good about it. In fact, secretly, folks, I'm a closet do-it-yourselfer. No, I'm not. I'm lying. I'm not doing anything. So here's my spiel. There are remodeling projects that you can do that have garnered a really good score of satisfaction for homeowners. And this survey says that the happiness of the project came out, okay? And, of course, we're going to talk about the price, cost, and if there's a return on investment. Because, listen, if you're going to spend money on your home, which is your biggest investment typically, let's make sure that your money's well spent. So here's some projects that got a really good score for homeowners, okay? New fiber cement siding. Fiber cement, what is that, a generic term for James Hardie siding? Hardie siding, right? The average house costs $18,000 to put siding on. Oy vey, right? But let me tell you something. If the James Hardie siding is properly installed, guess what? It'll last 25, 30 years. It'll be the last siding you need to put on. I was recently at one of our contractors out in Ypsilanti this week, Rapid Roofing. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're one of our contractors. These guys, Bill and Mike Beatty, rock stars, right? And they were talking to me about James Hardy. And James Hardy is a brand of siding, folks. And it's like, it's almost like a verb. It's like, oh, Google me, search me, right? Google James Hardy. It's that simple. It's just, that's the term we use. There are other fiber cementitious sidings out there, LP and the such. But let's just use James Hardy. And I'm sure the people from James Hardy are happy. They're not paying me to say it, but I decide what I say and what comes out of my mouth. So I'm saying James Hardy. So Rapid Roofing or Rapid Home Improvement, these guys are going to get Hardy certified. And they said to me, Adam, we want to do this. We want to take it on next year. I'm like, great. And one of the shortages HireItDone.com has is proper siding contractors. In fact, if anyone out there is listening, you know a good siding contractor, I'm looking for you. Okay? You got to be licensed. You got to be insured. You got to pass a background check. Get that out of the way. Let me come see your work, and maybe we can rock and roll. Anyways, they want to get certified with Hardy Siding. And guess what? The number one list on the House Logic survey of joy is when you're done with your siding project, James Hardy Siding, your joy is through the roof. Exciting, right? Is this what you want to have on a Saturday morning? In fact, folks, here's the deal. Pretend you're at a coffee shop with me right now, okay? Pick your coffee shop. Tim Hortons, Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts. I'm drinking Starbucks this morning, although my friend Norman just opened a new Dunkin' Donuts in Sylvan Lake. I got some free Dunkin' Donuts cards. I got to go out that way. But usually when I'm out in Sylvan, I go to Ellen's. He's almost done with his remodeling project. So anyways, let's not talk about food because I'm getting hungry. So pretend you're drinking coffee with me. Pretend you're sitting at the table and we're having a conversation because today's show, we got tons of stuff going on. But so fiber siding, what else do you have? How about a new steel front door or maybe fiberglass door, right? A front door changes the look of the outside of your house if you do it properly. And the average front door is $2,000 or $3,000. Not bad. Not bad at all. And you almost get like 95% of the money back as a return on investment right out of the gates. So sometimes if your door's all drabby and schmutzy and scootsy, you might want to try a new front door. Pretty simple. Not rocket science, folks, right? How about a closet renovation? I'll never forget one of my callers once called up Hire It Done and say, hey, Adam, I have a question about your closet. I'm like, oh, yeah, come on. What's going on about the closet? He goes, I just want to know about the closet you just came out of. I'm like, whoa, dude, I can't believe that. That's what the guy said to me. Of course, I'm a total smart ass, right? So I'm like, oh, dude, listen, my closet is bigger than your house, your mom's house, and your uncle's house, okay? And I got more shoes in my closet than Imelda Marcos and you. So why don't you come to my house and check out my closet, and we'll come out together. And the guy was stuttering, right? Anyways, my point is closet renovation is really cool, and it really is a good return on investment. The average closet today costs $3,750. Whoa, $3,750, but you get a lot of that money back, and you can hang your clothes properly. I'm loving it. So those are some of the remodeling projects that bring you joy. I'm going to take a quick break, folks. When we come back, we're going to have a great morning. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. 97 The Ticket. Welcome back, folks. This is Hire It Done. We got Bill Burkhardt from Kanga Roof in the studio this morning. He'll be coming in a little bit, talking about how to supercharge your insulation, which is fun. And we have a representative from DTE here as well, which is exciting because we're going to be talking about how to save money around your house, what items cause you extra money, things like that. And I'm actually excited about that because, of course, I'm trying to find the information. Did we, Roberto, did we put it in here, the DTE information? Is it probably earlier? I'm probably going too ahead of myself. I can't find it. Anyways, we're all good. We'll figure it out, right? So Michigan State's playing Ohio State today. 17-point underdog. Like, really, dude, when I was a crazy gambler, I would have bet the house on State with 17 points. Like, crazy. right? Can you find it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, we have Julie Maher from DTE. She's the Energy Efficiency Program Management. I love that. So we're going to rock that out today from DTE. So if you really want to learn how to save money and save energy, then we're going to do just fine today together. That's how we roll here. So if you're listening on the radio, go on Facebook, check us out. Text us 97136. Do you think State is going to beat Ohio State? Michigan State going to beat Ohio State outright? Or do you think it's just a lock? Like, this is my 10-star lock of the year, betting Michigan State plus 17. Of course, Gerald Sinclair wants me to say go blue. Hi, Tina Novak. What up? You don't sound as old as you look. Thanks, Rick. I love people who want to give me nice compliments like that. Like, oh, dear Adam. Here it is. And Mark from Elmhurst, who complains every week that his son shouldn't be listening to the show, now all of a sudden says, listening to your show is a great way to start off our Saturday morning. My son is sitting drinking his orange juice, and I'm drinking a beer. Both enjoying your show. Mark, attaboy. I hope you're not driving. However, if you want to punish your son, have him listen to this show. You want to educate your son, have him listen to this show. You want your son to be successful, have him listen to this show. It's pretty simple. 333. Oh, yes. So, how do you prevent fraud and ensure satisfaction in a remodeling contract? How do you ensure you have successful remodeling? Think about that, folks. Everyone wants to hire a contractor one time. One thing everybody who knows about contractors has in common is this. Everybody knows somebody that was screwed by a contractor. That's the truth. So think about it, folks. What are some of the items or questions you can ask a contractor to try and reduce the risk of fraud? I mean, a really good con man is going to screw anybody, right? Even me. And I'm pretty good at sniffing out the bad guys. So let's figure this out. So let me give you a little bit of advice here and some questions to ask, okay? So most contractors, when you say to them, hey, are you licensed? You know, Mr. Contractor, are you licensed? They're all going to say, yes, of course I'm licensed. Although yesterday, here's a funny story. Yesterday I had a guy call me on Facebook or email me on Facebook. Hey, Adam, I need a plumber. He sends a picture. I'm like, dude, that's like a disaster, your bathroom. Well, a friend of mine's doing the contracting work. I'm like, is he licensed? He goes, no. I go, oh, well, there you go. The guy has no idea what he's doing. He goes, well, he thought he did. And I'm like, well, now you got a plumbing disaster. So, of course, he calls Hired Done. And actually, luckily, my plumbers, Shelby Mechanical, Ron Alexander and his whole crew, were available and like, oh, yeah, we're in Royal Oak. We can be there in an hour. Bam, in an hour. 3 hours later, the plumbing was rerouted and successfully fixed. Shout out to Shelby Mechanical, right? Ron Alexander and his crew, rock stars. Like legit. So what are the questions you got to ask? Do you have a contractor's license? Are you licensed? I had a painter argue with me the other day, like almost like a fight. And by the way, people know that I like to fight. This guy fighting with me saying, you don't need to have a license to be a painter in Michigan. I'm like, listen, dude, in residential work, that's remodeling, painting needs a license, period. And if you want to argue with me, fine. Let's bet everything you own and figure it out. So that's the deal. Licensed painters. Yes, you got to be licensed. As a homeowner, you want to make sure that your contractor has gone through all the necessary channels to obtain any required certifications and licenses in their field of expertise. Period. To be a painter in Michigan, you got to be licensed. Most people don't know that. Most painters aren't licensed. That's the problem. And of course, painters getting educated regarding and about the products that they use, like Home Depot, Lowe's, they sell paints. There's premium. They have good, better, best. You've got Sherwin-Williams. They sell a lot of paints. And then you got PPG. People are like, PPG? I'm like, Pittsburgh Paint? Oh, yeah. Well, PPG owns a lot of paint companies. They're like the largest. They're like the scientists behind paint. So if you want like paint that's really good, that sticks, that's one coat, one roll, one everything, they have a product for everything. PPG is the way to go. Not saying don't use the other paints. It's your choice. In fact, I'll give you a quick side story. I'm full of stories this morning, folks, and that's why Hired Done is so good. Because I'm telling a story. Listen to my story as you drink your coffee. I love coffee. Do you love coffee like me? I love coffee. Jeez, oh Pete, and it's so much better in the morning. Oh, there's something about it. If I could change my Facebook status to be in a relationship with coffee, I might. But I have to stay single for right now. Anyways, let's talk about a story. Okay? I'm going to tell a story. It's about three lovely ladies. No, I'm kidding. So, the deal here, folks, is my story is an employee of a big box store recently emailed me. Hey, Adam, listen to your show. It's funny how contractors come into our store, big box store, and they say to me, here, I'm painting a homeowner's house. They picked out Benjamin Moore, Robin's nest or Robin's egg color. And they say to me, here, I need you to match this with the cheapest brand possible. Give me the 5-gallon buckets. I need 2 or 3, I need 15, 20 gallons of it. And then they end up buying a 1 gallon of the brand the homeowner asks for. So they give it to the homeowner, say, here's your paint. This will be your spare. And then they use the 5 gallons of the cheaper version. Think about that, folks. Do you know how often that happens? That's why when you specify a color, you should also specify the brand. Now, if you have a good painter, this is where it works. If you have a good painter where he preps the job properly and he understands paint, he's going to put on a product that is going to last and do what you want it to do. So if he is a PPG paint contractor and he likes to use PPG paints, he's going to say to you, this is the PPG paint I'm going to use, and here's why. Here's the stain I'm going to use. Here's the primer I'm going to use. And he's going to tell you all about it. And you're going to trust him because it's more important that you use the right contractor than the right product. And when you have the right product with the right contractor, you have what we call remodeling success. That's the bottom. That's the best part. So, again, it's like a roof. Wimsat sells all kinds of shingles. GAF, Owens Corning, CertainTeed, Malarkey, Tamco. The roofer is going to come into Wimsat and say, I need this SBS shingle, impact resistant, or whatever it is. Wimsat is going to put it with the right product, but the roofer is going to specify it. So the homeowner wins. That's the bottom line. I just want everyone to understand that the relationship with your contractor is the most important piece in that puzzle. Okay, folks? That's the key. Can I see your certificate of insurance? Do you think a guy, I've seen guys with business cards, licensed, insured, and bonded. Really? One of the things that Hired Done does is we have a company that we use that actually does the background check. It verifies the license, it verifies the insurance. It's not an automated process. It checks the credit history of the contractor. And then it stores the information in the cloud. In case, I hope it's not a storm cloud. My point is that we have this information and we verify it. And if they pass that, then they go to the next level of our pre-screening, which is where we actually go out and see the work. We actually interview the employees. Okay? In fact, one of our newest contractors, We're the Guys Roofing, passed with flying colors. So you see, we go out and actually look at the work. So folks, don't you see the value if you're going to hire a contractor? And you have someone else who says, yeah, I checked their work out, and that was my job, to really inspect their work. My job was to verify that they're licensed and insured. I'm doing the homework for you, Mr. Homeowner, Mrs. Homeowner. Who else is doing that? I'm here on Saturday morning explaining to you how to hire a contractor without getting burned. I'm explaining to you how to get a roof that doesn't leak. I'm teaching you how to save money on your energy. What is not to love? It's like the smell of bacon. What is not to love? Text me 97136 with some of your favorite smells. Roberto, he's laughing. He's like, oh boy, Pandora's box has been opened. Anyways, most homeowners don't even realize if a contractor is insured or not. The contractor is just going to lie. Yeah, I'm insured. 99% of the homeowners don't go to the next step and ask for a copy of the insurance. But here's some important questions. What is your timeline for completion, Mr. Contractor? Oh, this job will take a week. Okay, great. Now they told you it takes a week. So your next question, Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner, is, okay, Mr. Contractor, if it doesn't take a week, what happens? And then let him explain it to you. And if you think he's BSing you, tell him, hey, it sounds kind of fishy what you're saying. Can you put it all in writing? What's the worst that happens if you say, okay, Mr. Contractor, you told me a week. I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you 2 weeks to do the job. But if you don't get it done in 2 weeks, I want a penalty. Or I want some ramifications. I want a discount. I want you to pay me for my headache. Now, I will tell you that at least 50% of the time, homeowners are responsible for the job taking longer. Lack of decision process, lack of job site access, restraints on the contractor. About half the time, it's the homeowner's fault. That's true. So what do you do in that situation, folks? Well, you just chill, okay? And you make sure that you and the contractor have a good relationship and a communication level that is on par, okay? So the timeline for completion should be in writing. But you should also say not only it should be in writing, you should actually have what happens if not happen. What happens if we don't finish on time? And if we finish early, maybe you're going to buy me gift cards to Starbucks. Hey, listen, everyone wants an incentive. So do I. All right, we're going to take a quick break, folks, and I'm going to give you some really, really good information on how to save money on your energy bills. I'm going to give you tips and tricks. And we're going to have some great stuff coming up right next, folks, because we have a lot here going on at Hire It Done today. A lot. So exciting. Julie Maher from DTE will be next. I'm Adam Helfman. This is 97.1 The Ticket, CBS Radio. Welcome back, folks. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. You know we've been on the radio since 2005?
Wow.
Woo. It's a long time. Daddy's getting old. Anyways, joining me in studio is Julie Maher. She's the Energy Efficiency Program Manager. Sounds good?
Me. Yeah.
For Education and Awareness for DTE.
Hey, good morning, Adam.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks
Appreciate
for having
that.
me.
So most homeowners have turned the heat on for the first time.
Yeah, it's cold out there.
Right?
Yeah.
And they're always in the back of their mind thinking, oh, boy, the heat bills. You never hear, oh, we're lowering prices this year. It's like a rarity.
Well, we try. Our winter is coming, and prices aren't necessarily going to go up for gas because we buy it in the summer when it's cheaper, and we store it and pass those savings on to you guys.
Where do you store the gas?
We store it in the ground.
Is it like in the tunnels or like in the up north or something?
Well, there's some rock, shale under the ground, and we can pump it right back in after we've taken it out. So it's pretty cool. It's
That's
something unique
neat.
to Michigan.
Right. So we have that ability. So
That's right.
So let's give everyone, DTE. They supply the gas to the majority of the listeners here, but there's consumers, there's other ones too, right?
That's correct. Yeah, we are the largest utility for electric and gas in Michigan.
Awesome. So obviously it's smart to conserve energy. It's smart not to waste energy. So most homeowners just click the thermostat to on or to heat, adjust the temperature, and think that's it. But as we all know, your house is a system.
That's right.
And heat travels towards the cold and loves to run its way out of the house.
That's right, Adam. I mean, the three things that impact our energy bills, first of all, is weather. So cold days like today, you're going to walk over and turn up that thermostat because you are looking to stay comfortable in your home. But then also, like you said, the house systems and the house shell, you want to make sure that your home is not losing all that heat that you're pumping into the home.
And it's funny because the evolution of construction and technology has impacted houses from the 70s to the 80s to the 90s to the 2000s to today. We went from loose houses to super tight houses to houses that breathe right. Now we're we're finally finding that right balance.
That's right.
So for homeowners, let's give a simple explanation. You turn the heat on, and the house has gaps, air cracks, and loose areas where the heat runs out. What are those areas in the house?
Well, there's some places that are common around the windows and your doors, skylights, but there's some places people don't think about where you may have pipe or wiring coming in and out of the house. Sometimes that area around the pipe can not be closed properly, or it could come down.
And it's like a hole inside your house, and the heat goes running right out of there.
Right. All of that can really add up to like leaving the equivalent of a window open.
Right, and that's people don't realize. So like let's say you have a pipe from a new high-efficiency furnace you put in 3 or 4 years ago.
Right.
Well, when they cut that hole through the side of your house, the white pipe, they may have not caulked it or used the right insulation around it, and you can see light through it.
That's right.
That area leaks enough heat where it costs you $10 a month.
Right. It
adds up fast.
It really adds up a lot, and people don't recognize that. So.
And the other thing I tell a lot of people is, like, if you go in your basement, in the top of the wall, it's called the bond, that bond plate area. If it's not properly insulated, the heat loss right there alone is almost like I don't even want to say percentages, but it's enough to pay for itself.
You're right. And that's an area that's easy to fix. You can put some insulation in there. You can either use foam or the batting type, and you'll feel a major difference in the comfort levels.
Exactly. So there's a lot of ways to save energy for homeowners today. And I know DTE has a huge website, very easy to navigate, and there's a lot they can do. So let's just go over some of the simple items, and then we'll escalate into blower door tests and, energy efficiencies and things like that.
Right.
So what are some of the simple things homeowners can do right now, today, while they're listening, they can go and figure out?
Well, Adam, there's a lot of low-cost or no-cost things you can do. First of all, you can change the behavior in your home. Have a programmable thermostat, set it at 68. That's the temperature we recommend for winter. You can program it so that when you're away from the home or at nighttime, it will lower down to the temperature of 68 degrees or lower. And then also use insulated drapes around the windows. You can, as we mentioned, caulk those gaps with, you can use either caulk or weather stripping. And I brought a couple of items that we can
see that on the
take
camera.
a look at if we want. But there's those simple things, as well as making sure your air vents aren't blocked by furniture or things on the floor, so that you're letting the air flow. Make sure that you are cleaning your furnace filter as recommended.
Big time.
Yeah, every three months or so, look at the filter and see what it recommends. But you want to typically do it every 3 months. Make sure that air is flowing freely. And then also look around your air ducts for your furnace and make sure that they're not cracks, so that the
sealed properly. Right.
Yeah, seal
Leaky
them around
air
the
ducts,
band joists.
30-40% efficiency.
Right.
It's funny. A furnace is rated by efficiency. If you have a plugged air filter and in leaky air ducts, the efficiency drops by over 50%.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It's a simple thing that you can just change that furnace filter
So
regularly.
It's interesting, a lot of homeowners think, I can just do the foam window seal. Even a window or a door. Go in your house, look at the door that goes to the outside. If you see light, then you need new weather stripping.
That's right.
And it's pretty simple to go. You can go to a hardware store, Ace Hardware is local everywhere here, and go pick up some weather stripping. Now, this is a show that's not do-it-yourself. We're not anti-do-it-yourself.
Right.
So if you're that homeowner who doesn't want to do this, we have energy efficiency professionals that will come in, walk around your house, assess what you need, and give you a roadmap. And that's what I call it, a roadmap. So they'll say, okay, if you just do these 5 items, weather stripping, caulk, air seal, you'll save this much money. But if you really want to go to the next level, you can add insulation and things like that. But a lot of homeowners, senior citizens, they don't know what to do. So, we have a handyman service. We have energy efficiency companies. We have insulation companies. So what we want to do is we want homeowners to have the balance. It's okay to do it yourself.
Right.
It's okay, but, we've had homeowners come to hireitdone.com and type in, hey, Adam, I bought the do-it-yourself window kit with the hair blower, and I destroyed it. I ruined it. Help. What do I do? So we have guys that can go help homeowners. But It all adds up, just like you said.
Right.
Homeowner leaves house at 7 a.m. or 8 o'clock to go to work. They're at work all day long till 5, right? Why do you have to heat your house to 72? Set your thermostat to 68.
That's right.
That 4-degree setback over 8 hours over the heating season saves you the cost of a new thermostat.
You're absolutely right, Adam. And in fact, if you have proper insulation, you have your ear lakes properly sealed, and you use a programmable thermostat, you're going to save $200 a month, or excuse me, a year on your energy bill.
Right, and it makes sense. And one of the things our guest coming up next is Bill Burkhardt from Kanga Roof. He has a product called Radiant Barrier Insulation, which is really cool product that goes over your insulation in your attic. And he's going to be giving away free Wi-Fi thermostats to homeowners that are interested in that. We're going to talk about that. So not only are you going to supercharge the savings, but we're going to have that linked in, because you know what? In the fall and wintertime, the focus of the show is energy efficiencies, energy savings, and enough people do it, it really adds up. And it pays to save. That's the best part. The payback is amazing.
Why do you want to waste energy and throw that money out the window? It doesn't make sense, right?
Well, here's the thing. I think a lot of people just don't understand or don't know that you can cut your heat bill by $30 a month,
right,
with just doing a few small tweaks.
That's right. And you don't have to sacrifice comfort. All those things will keep your home very comfortable and operating efficiently, and like you said, save you some money.
So a lot of homeowners say to me, okay, Adam, I get this cold draft under my kitchen sink. And of course, when it gets too cold, the pipes under the sink, because it's an outside wall, usually kitchen sinks, freeze. And I see you brought pipe wrap.
Yeah, that's something that you can also pick up at the local hardware. It's very simple. It's pre-slit, and you just slip it right over the hot water pipes, and that's going to keep your hot water pipes running, not losing heat, and you're not going to use as much energy to heat that water.
Right, and this pipe wrap is really inexpensive. It comes obviously in 6-foot lengths.
That's right.
You cut it with the scissors. This is actually a do-it-yourself project I think I could do.
Oh, I'm taking that home and putting it in today. So,
well, there you go. You're smart. You get to go to the front of the home improvement class. So, folks, here's the thing. You can go to, and I'm using Ace Hardware as an example because there's one by my house, and I'm a fan of Ace. So you can go to Ace Hardware, folks, and for little money, you can buy pipe wrap, door molding, spray foam insulation. You can get a whole little energy kit and save money.
Absolutely.
And it'll pay for itself. And they are do-it-yourself products. Makes perfect sense. So when homeowners want to go to the next level,
Right.
DTE has what like rebates, what are efficiency credits? What is the proper term so we give everybody?
We have energy efficiency rebates that you can take advantage of. Like you had talked about a few minutes ago, we offer a free home energy consultation where energy experts will come into your home and they'll actually install the products for you. You'll get LED light bulbs, so you can save on your lighting.
Those are free?
Those are free. And they'll
Did you hear that, folks? My favorite word, free.
Free. And they'll also install the pipe wrap like we just showed. They'll go around the windows and caulk, and then they'll put in some energy efficient faucet aerators in your kitchen and bath. So as you're using hot water, you're not using too much water and you're saving there. By
the way, the water pressure does not go down. The way it's designed still keeps you the right pressure, but just cuts the usage. What is it, 2.5 gallons?
That's correct. Yeah.
So normally it was 8 gallons and it went down to 5 gallons for the faucets per minute, and now it's down to 2.5, but you don't feel the difference.
Absolutely not.
So we're saving money because water bills,
yeah.
Right?
And as you mentioned too, those Wi-Fi thermostats, we also will install a programmable Wi-Fi thermostat if you don't have one.
And you'll program it for us?
Absolutely.
And then if someone buys a Wi-Fi thermostat, is there a rebate?
There is a rebate. It's $75, so it's a good chunk of change. Those aren't cheap, but you can take advantage of that just by going to your local hardware. We are in Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware.
Perfect.
And you can get that rebate. Just mail it in. So
even better. So obviously DTE is on the forefront of energy because you're a provider, right? What is your opinion of the impact of technology, the Internet of Things? We're starting to see a huge influx of cameras, smartphone applications, Google Home, Alexa, and all of a sudden you get a notification on your phone. your thermostats, you left your garage open.
Right.
Are you guys seeing a lot of that?
Oh, definitely. In fact, we have a DT Insight app that helps you monitor your energy.
I got it.
You got it. All right,
Love it.
Adam.
You can report energy outages. That's what I used it for.
Oh, yes, you can do that as well. That's the most efficient, right?
Well, listen, it worked. We had a little small power outage, and I hit the app, boom, boom, and I got a notification why it was out and when it was coming back on. I'm like, okay, no problem, candles.
Yeah, we're trying to be there and be in the forefront. But that Insight app, what did you know that it has a really cool features on the iPhone version where you can actually hold it over a power cord and it's telling you how much energy is coming out of that cord.
No way.
Yeah, that's our power
Say it
scan
ain't
tool.
so.
That's pretty cool. And also, we have a bridge that you can install at your home, and then you can monitor your energy in real time. And we're working on a pilot right now. It's not out full scale for all of our customers, but you have the ability to control your thermostat through your phone.
Wow, I love that.
Security features as well as other appliances.
So do you believe the future with technology impacting the home energy use is going to be so good that it's going to be able to cut down the usage just by the impact of the technology?
Absolutely. I mean, with our DT Insight app, we've seen customers having 10% savings just by using the app. So that alone is an indication that, we're doing the right things. We're trying to be there for our customers, give them options and stay, top of mind with, the advanced things that they're looking for. Right.
Okay, great. We have to take a break. Can you stay one more segment?
I can certainly.
Awesome. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break. We have Julie Maher, Energy Efficiency Program Manager for DTE, and this is some great information. So if you really want to save money, folks, and now they'll come out for free. This is good. We're going to talk more about that when we come back. What you don't know can hurt you, folks. That's literally the right way to say it. Welcome back. This is Higher Time. My name's Adam Helfman. Julie Maher from DTE is in the house. Welcome back, Julie.
Thanks. Yeah.
So we're getting some really good information here. We're talking how to save money, how to give tips to homeowners for energy efficiency, and the impact. The other thing we were talking about, the impact of Internet of Things or Wi-Fi thermostats and the such, things connected to your Wi-Fi. Chuck Friedman, one of our listeners, how you doing, Chuck? He likes his Ecobee for controlling his furnace from his iPhone. He helped me the other day. My son got an iPhone X, and the storage from his iPhone 7 was more memory, and it was a whole cluster. I had to call Chuck. Chuck's like, oh, do this, download this, restore from backup here, boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, the phone's working.
Thank goodness for Chuck.
Yeah.
Can I get his number? Because I have to do that for my kids.
He's an
all the
Apple
time.
expert. Yeah, no, he's the best. So artificial intelligence, that AI, I hear that is also becoming an impact on that. And that's like way ahead of the curve, though. Are you dealing with any of that a little bit or not much?
No, I mean, it depends on who you ask, I guess.
Oh, I got you. That makes sense. I get it. So the thing is for homeowners. Okay, so you're listening to the show right now. You're like, oh my God, I got to do all this stuff. Don't get any anxiety, folks. It's really simple. Take a deep breath. Namaste a little bit, and then just go online, dteenergy.com/
Save energy.
Save energy. That's that simple.
Absolutely.
And what happens when they go there?
Well, you're going to get a lot of the no-cost, low-cost tips I talked about, plus some more. We have them by season, so, check us out in the summertime as well and learn how you can save on your air conditioning. But also we have all of our rebates information. So talking about that home energy consultation, if you want to go online and schedule that. We also have an online survey. If you don't want to have anyone in your home, you can go online, answer some simple questions, and we'll mail you a kit.
Oh, wow.
All of these same items that we mentioned with the weather stripping, the pipe wrap, the faucet aerators, all of those things, light bulbs, we'll mail you the kit for free.
Oh, wow.
It shows up at your door, and then you can install them. We also have more comprehensive energy audits. So if you are interested in taking that bigger step and having a little bit more deeper analysis of your home, you can schedule that. We'll have our experts come out. They'll do a blower door test, They'll check the insulation levels. They'll give you a analysis report, and then if you make those recommendations in the report, you can get additional rebates.
And so the explanation of the rebates, because a lot of homeowners, from my experience, are like get confused as what the rebates are. So what Hire It Done does is, because we pre-screen contractors, we have DTE approved vendors on Hire It Done that do the energy audits. So we mandate that our contractors actually fill the paperwork out for the homeowner, thus making it really simple. And I think it happens for everyone now. It's like the way it goes.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we prefer. We reach out to a lot of our contractors. We have a big group of trade allies we work with and support, and they're trained on how to fill out those rebates, get them in. So it's a real simple process.
And then the check is cut back to the homeowner.
That's right. You'll get that within a week or two.
Oh, so once the paperwork's filled out, well, that's good. Yeah. So nice to know. So folks, if you want to learn how to save a little bit of energy on your house, go to dteenergy.com/save energy. Save energy. You can do that. They'll even mail you this stuff. And so if you have a senior citizen, or senior citizen doesn't know what to do or how to save money, you can send them to the website. You can help them out. Of course, Hire It Done contractors do that. You get the energy audit. What does that cost, the energy audit?
The cost, depending on the level, it's usually around $250.
Okay, so it's not that expensive.
Yeah, no.
However, the test, it's like doing a stress test, folks. The results are extraordinary. It tells you how many air changes per hour your house has. There's a recommendation. And when we say air changes per hour, how many times in an hour the air in your house circulates to the outside and back in? Obviously, you don't want it circulating too many times, and you don't want it not circulating because it becomes stale and stagnant. So the key is to get the right amount. And I don't know what that is anymore. Do you happen to remember? You don't know.
No, I don't know.
There's like a formula.
Yeah.
And so what happens is they come out with a roadmap, basically, of what you can do. And so the next level, and what we want to talk about is, okay, so a lot of homeowners come to Hire It Done. Adam, I need insulation sprayed in my attic or blown in my attic.
Right.
And so, we have guys who do fiberglass. We have guys that do cellulose. And we have guys that do foam. And the key to insulation, obviously, is proper installation. But it also has to do with the right amount. Because a lot of homeowners have, I have 8 inches of rolled insulation up there. That's plenty. Right. Well, not always.
Right.
You could add 6 more inches and supercharge your insulation.
And of course, insulation's not cheap. You don't want to add stuff that's not necessary.
Correct.
So it's really good to have somebody come in and tell you what you're lacking. Another cool thing is those thermo heat guns.
Infrared cameras.
Yeah, they'll show you where you've got some heat loss. And if you can't afford to buy one of those, you can check them out sometimes at your local library or rent them from a hardware store. But those are really informative to show you.
That's actually a really great tip. Yeah. Thank you for that. In fact, folks, here's a little hack. If you go to hireitdone.com and you go and I want insulation, our guys come out for free. Wonderful. And they all have infrared cameras, and they'll all show you, they point this little camera at your windows and around and they'll show you the red and the blue, and the temperature differential is what shows up on the camera. It's like an X-ray, and then you can see if you have insulation in your walls or not.
Right.
Most homeowners are like, oh my God. And so, but again, a home that's properly insulated, we've done this, and this is a fact. If you insulate a home properly, air seal it properly, you can cut the energy use on the low end 30%, but you can hit 50%. Yeah. And that's a reduction in the use of energy.
Really worth the investment.
Yeah, well, the payback period, and here's the thing, calculating payback period is difficult. However, most homeowners can get the payback in less than 7 years.
Oh, definitely.
And then think about that, folks. If you're spending $300 a month on your energy bills, and you can cut it by 30%, right? That's $90 a month. That's a lot of energy to save. You know how many $5 pizzas that is?
Oh, I can do a lot with $90.
Right? A lot of people can. And so I say it makes sense to explore. And if you can't do everything, do a little bit now, a little bit in the spring, a little bit in the fall. And then over the next couple of years, guess what? You've done everything you can.
Right.
And then technology will catch up and know.
Yeah, and that's what people always ask us is, where should I start? What's going to have the biggest impact? And we always tell them, check for air leaks. That's the biggest.
Air sealing a house, it really legitimately is. And so, folks, a lot of people say, okay, so spray foam insulation, non-expanding or low expanding, because the last thing you need to do is spray it around a window and then it expands too much and then you can't open the window anymore.
Yeah.
You got to be careful. But you can't caulk over caulk either. I tell people, if you've already got caulk, you have to scrape it out.
That out, right.
So there's little lessons to be learned. And yes, this is something do-it-yourselfers can do. Caulk your own windows, caulk around the outlets,
Right.
the spigots, the water spigots that come out of your house. They have those little boots that you can put on them. Makes a big difference. But you can also just put some insulation around the penetrations there. It'll stop rodents from coming in.
Right.
So it's a big deal.
And Adam, there's things that people don't really even think about. If you don't have the right insulation in your attic and you've got your fans in your bathrooms or your can lights, sometimes air leak can, escape through there.
Your
as well.
attic access.
Yeah.
You know how much air leak can come through your attic access? Folks, if you could just build a little bit of insulation around the access or seal that area, you would be surprised. It's like an opening in your roof.
Yeah, right. That's a good one.
So, again, we have like a checklist. We do the 10-point fall maintenance checklist, and it's all about that. But again, our insulation companies and our roofing companies all are trained in energy savings now because there's a tie-in. The number one request on higherdone.com is roofing. And now most homeowners who buy a roof end up getting insulation. But the insulation and the roof only work together if it's ventilated properly, right?
That's right.
So there's that triangle that has to work. So we try and educate the homeowners in that route, but you can get rebates as well if you do it right.
Right. And, another important thing to talk about is when you are going around and caulking the home, make sure you're buying the right caulk. If you've got an area where it's inside, you can buy, easy all-purpose caulk. But if you're
Silicone.
outside, especially this time of year, you want to have something that's right for the temperature. So
Right.
that's
And
one
here's the
example I
thing.
brought.
I'm holding up these caulks. I'm a big fan of Quad.
Yeah.
It's like what the pros use.
Yep.
And so, folks, you can go to Ace Hardware, and I'm a fan of Ace Hardware, so we're going to go to Ace Hardware today. When I get off the show today, I'm going to Ace because I got to get another bottle of caulk.
Yeah.
And the thing is if you do it right, you really do seal up the house.
Right.
And here's what happens, folks, in easy terms when you seal up the house, okay? So your furnace turns on and puts heat in the house. The thermostat reads the temperature, and it keeps the furnace on until the temperature hits, let's say, 70, okay? Once it hits 70, the furnace turns off. So then that temperature in the house stays at 70, but it goes down as the warm air travels out of the house. So if it takes 10 minutes to go out of the house, the furnace goes back on. Now, if you air seal your house or caulk around the areas, let's say that air stays at 70 for another hour.
Right.
That means your furnace doesn't turn on for an hour instead of 10 minutes.
That's right.
Every time your furnace turns on, it costs you money.
You're absolutely right. And, there's a myth that people, are sometimes confused with, where if they turn down their thermostat, it's not good because it's going to work harder trying to bring the temperature back in.
That's a
up to
myth.
home. It's a myth.
Okay.
I mean,
We have science to prove that it is.
it is. I mean, you're wasting energy or you're not using energy. You're not, it's
Right.
not costing you anything. So, don't be afraid to turn down that thermostat.
Yeah, and here's what I say to people. If you're going to be gone all day long, if you have pets in the house, they love it when it's 60. But don't go too low. Turn it down. I like 66, but you guys recommend 68. No problem. And if you have a high efficiency furnace now, the blower motor is a DC motor, so it spins and doesn't cost a lot of electricity. That's what people are worried about. Oh, when you turn it on, the surge of power costs you. Well, not so much that it doesn't negate the savings. That's the key.
That's correct. Yeah. Nowadays the furnaces are so
Right.
nicely built and high efficient. So you can't go wrong unless you have a really outdated system.
Exactly. And that's the other thing. Getting a new furnace gets you rebates. So that page, DTE.com/
Save energy.
Save Energy is where homeowners can get all those rebates and get all the information.
Yes, that's correct.
And if you want all that stuff done, folks, just go to higherdone.com. We'll help you, just like DTE is. Julie, it's the end of the hour already.
Oh, wow. That went fast.
Right? When you're having fun, huh? Isn't it?
That's been great.
Can we have you back on again one day?
I'd love to come back.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Julie Maher, manager of the Energy Efficiency Program at DTE. Thank you for coming on today.
Thanks for having me.
Coming up next, folks, Kanga Roof. They hop to it. I'm Adam Helfman. This is Hire It Done. We'll be right back. That's right, folks. What you don't know can hurt you. Saturday morning, we are saving energy just by talking to you. I'm loving it. My name's Adam Helfman. This is Hire It Done on 97.1 The Ticket. We are rocking it out today. especially as my guest is on the radio with me, Bill Burkhardt. He's the president of Kanga Roof. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Adam.
How are you?
Great, thanks.
That's nice to know. Welcome to the show. It's your first time.
Yes, it is. I'm a rookie.
I didn't realize you've been on. I think your son was on with us.
Yes, he was.
Well, we're glad to have you. I'm like excited here. So tell everyone, introduce yourself to the audience. Tell everyone about Kanga Roof.
Kanga Roof is a full-service roofing company. We serve Southeast Michigan. Everybody says, what makes you different? Our guarantees make us different.
So when you say guarantee, like guarantee of all your work?
All of our work.
Awesome. Well, let's hear about it.
Repairs, people don't pay unless they're happy. If we don't fix it right, it's free. We do a new roof. You got a year to decide. If we can't make you happy in a year, we will refund your money, take the roof off. You can coordinate with a new contractor to put it on.
Wait, hold on. Let's go through this again. So you're talking about like you repair my roof and I don't like the repair. You're not going to charge me?
I'm not going to charge you.
Okay. I put a brand new roof on through you guys, and 6 months later, I'm looking at it. I'm like, no. I call you up and be like, yeah, I don't like it.
We're going to try to find out what we have to do for you to be happy.
Gotcha.
And if we can't, we'll refund your money.
And then you take the roof back off, and then you leave them without a roof.
We leave them. We will coordinate with the contractor.
I gotcha.
So
yeah,
I can promise you it has never happened.
And it won't.
And it probably won't because that's how good a job we do.
Well, let me just say to the audience listening, you've been with Hire Done over a year now.
Yes.
And you've had 100% satisfaction.
Yes.
A pluses on every job you've done.
Yes.
And, it's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You are really a really good company. So let's talk about this year's roofing business. Banner year for you guys?
Yes, it was.
Started off with a bang in February and March.
With the storm that came through.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
We all got overwhelmed. Everyone got excited. Many, many, many homeowners needed new roofs. We served the need. Got super busy. All summer long, everyone was backlogged. Are you caught up yet?
Pretty much.
So you're like a couple weeks out now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's fabulous.
Yeah, we're trying
Loving
to wrap up for the winter.
And of course, we just got the dreaded notification that the prices are going up next year.
Yes.
It's so funny. I think, and by the way, this doesn't come from like Wimsat. Those guys are like cool, right?
Correct.
It's not them. It's the people they buy from that send the notification to them. It says, all right, due to whatever, we're raising prices. And so obviously, it domino effect.
Correct.
So I keep my finger on the pulse of pricing because I want to make sure homeowners get the best value. And so the reason why I'm bringing it up is one of the things I like about you, and we have other roofers that Hire Done, and they all are the high caliber. Homeowners can reserve a roof now and lock in today's pricing and do it in the spring.
Correct.
That's like money in the bank. I mean, the average roof is 10 grand. Next March, folks, it's going to be 12 grand. So why not get that roof now, lock it in, and not have to pay the extra 20%?
Exactly.
Doesn't that make perfect sense?
We do that every year. We talk to people this time of year. You really shouldn't do roofing in the wintertime if you can possibly help it. So we talk to them now. We line them up for the spring. It's a win for them. They lock in the pricing. It's a win for us because we got work when the weather breaks for our guys to go back to work.
Right, and that's important that people understand that. So it's a win-win. It goes both ways.
Correct.
So when you say you're not supposed to do roofing in the wintertime, let's define that for homeowners because, sometimes we had 60-degree weather in December last year.
Yes.
So are you talking about when it's like today's temperature, 19 degrees, chilling?
Talk about in general, you have to have warm, sunny days for the shingles to seal down, for the underlayments to seal down. And if you don't have a couple of days in the high 50s to low 60s, the roofs won't seal down. So what the manufacturers want you to do is hand seal every single shingle down as you do the install in cold weather.
Which takes twice as long.
And costs twice as much. And
when you say hand seal, you're actually putting the glue down, the tar, or what?
You're actually taking a tube of roof cement and putting little dots under every single shingle.
Got it.
So it is.
That's the proper way to do it in the cold weather.
Correct.
Okay, so what about the fact that the roofs are a little bit warmer than the outside air because of the heat rising and stuff like that?
It helps.
It does help, but
yeah.
Or if you have a sunny, cold day, the because of thermal, and radiant heat, it heats it up too.
Correct.
However, why take the risk? When a homeowner wants a roof, they want a roof that doesn't leak. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So let's talk about the evolution of roofing, because you've been a roofer for a while now.
About 31, 32 years.
Why?
I know I don't look that old.
Me neither. Okay, so that's a long time. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
So you've seen the roofing business change over the years.
Dramatically.
We see a huge change these last 5, 6, 7 years with the evolution of the mandate of, if you want a 50-year roof, you got to use all the products that the manufacturer produces.
Correct.
What brands are you that you enjoy putting on?
Our number one brand by far is Certainteed.
Okay, so you're Certainteed and you're certified by them.
Yes.
So, and Certainteed's great shingle. But I'm going to say this. For me, the best shingle is the one that's installed properly.
Correct.
So would you agree with this? It's more important the contractor you're picking than the brand of shingle.
Well, what we share with people is the most important day in the life of your roof is the day it's installed.
Right?
Regardless of manufacturer.
Okay, that's even better. Can I use that in the future?
I got it
With your permission?
copyrighted, but I'll give you permission.
Okay, well, I'll just say per Kanga roof, the
There you
most
go.
important day that your roof is, for your roof, is the day it's installed, right?
Yep.
I love that. So, folks, what he just said was very, very PhD level and novel. It makes perfect sense. It all clicked in just now, folks. If you want a roof that doesn't leak, it's the contractor the day he puts it on, period. Right?
Correct.
And why the name Kanga Roof?
We started 10 years ago as Four Seasons Roofing.
Correct.
And we thought that was a really cool name because, you know, we work year round and it's easy to remember. And there are 3 or 4 Four Seasons roofings. There's Four Seasons sunroom. There's Four Seasons heating and cooling. There's Four Seasons everything.
There's Four Seasons hotels, which I love.
Exactly. So we actually had some people calling. We had a couple people calling mad at us because they confused us with another Four Seasons company.
Oh.
And at that point, we said we have to do something different.
Yeah. Well, we're talking with Bill Burkhardt, folks. He's from Kanga Roof. And I love that name. Kanga Roof. They hop to it. So I think that's awesome. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I want to talk about radiant barrier insulation. Folks, have you ever heard of radiant barrier insulation? Well, if you haven't, you're gonna. And this is how you supercharge your savings. I'm Adam Helfman. This is Higher Time. We'll be right back. Bill Burkhardt, president, Kanga Roof. They hop to it. I love that. I want a roofer that hops to it. Welcome back, Bill.
Thank you.
So, one of the key components of doing a roof that doesn't leak, right, is the ventilation, the breathing, the whole system approach.
Correct.
And homeowners, especially in Michigan, or in all climates really, want to save energy. We just had DTE on, and she gave us some awesome tips, right?
Yes.
But if you want to take your energy savings to the next level, you're the only contractor I know of that offers radiant barrier insulation. And you and I recently did an awesome video on it. Why don't we introduce to the audience what that is? Tell everyone.
Sure. Radiant barrier is, in simplest terms, it's similar looking to like aluminum foil. And the difference between that and regular insulation is regular insulation absorbs heat. And then when it gets too full, it will leak out. Radiant barrier reflects radiant heat. So in the summertime, it will reflect the heat out of your attic. In the wintertime, it will reflect the heat back down into your home.
Interesting. So that's pretty simple.
Yes.
Okay, so let's give a scenario. I'm a homeowner. I got a new roof 5 years ago. I'm happy. But I only have like 8 inches of rolled insulation in my attic. And I need to supercharge my insulation. I called Kanga Roof, and the phone number is 586-566-0308.
Correct.
Or kanga-roof.com.
Yep.
Easy way. Or just go to Hire It Done and you'll get Kanga. You'll come out and do what for me?
We will perform an inspection in the attic. And the first thing you already talked about is ventilation. That's critical. Because if the attic doesn't breathe right, nothing's going to perform right. So,
Including your roof.
including your roof.
And if it's not ventilated properly, what I've read, and I've actually physically seen, I know you've seen this, is that the shingle cooks and the lifespan of the shingle is cut in half.
Correct.
That's why homeowners get a roof that lasts 10 years.
Yes.
15 years. They're like, what's going on here? And it's curled up. It's rotted from the bottom parts because it's not ventilated. So proper ventilation of a roof, What does that mean for the homeowner?
In simple terms, you have to get fresh air into the attic, and it's typically the low point of the roof, most often at the eaves or the edges.
Yeah.
And you want to get the bad air or hot air out of the attic, which is the high point of the roof.
So you have the overhangs.
Yep.
And you have what they call soffit vents.
Correct.
And so when you're standing outside your house, folks, and you see your little overhang, and if you don't know of overhangs, we'll address that in a second, look up and you see the little slots.
Yes.
You see little perforations. Those need to be allowing the air to get into your attic, and it allows the air to draw in and then go all the way up to the peak. And then at the peak, you either have a can vent or a ridge vent. The ridge is at the top of the TP, right?
Correct.
Or the can vent is the can on the back. Either one. You can't have both.
Correct.
And then the air goes out of the vent there. Now, what about the gable ends, the gables? You can't have that and ridge, right?
Correct.
So it takes a pro, an experienced guy like Kanga to go out and make sure, because a lot of homeowners, I notice, they have gable vents and ridge vents. What's up with that?
We do commercial and residential work, and I will see prints from architects that will have 4 different types of venting on a roof, because what happens is that they've come up with standards that said for whatever size your attic is, you need this much ventilation.
Right. 300 square foot, every 300 square foot you need a vent, or every 150. What is it?
Right. It depends
on the pitch.
It's too technical right now to go through on the radio, but there's some simple formulas to figure it out. But these architects find out how many net-free inches they need, and they just design a building and put venting wherever they think it's going to look the best instead of perform the best. So even architects, some of them are really good, but some of them don't even know that. So how can a homeowner be expected to know it?
I want to make a statement and get in trouble. When it comes to renovation, I have yet to find good architects. There's 1 or 2. And if you're an architect out there and you're listening to me, tell me. Architects think of renovation as like the bottom feeders. We have design build contractors that are designing in-house. Those aren't architects. I'm talking about guys that licensed stamps, They don't like to do renovation. But if you're an architect and you're listening to my show, I want to talk to you, because I don't know a good architect for renovation. I don't. I'd like to meet one. Maybe you can introduce me. I'll bring you on the show. But when it comes to ventilation, you're right. In a residential setting, most homeowners don't have proper ventilation. Our contractors on Hire It Done are all certified by the manufacturer. And the manufacturer of the shingle, in order to make sure that the warranty is good, certifies you by training you on the proper installation, the proper ventilation, intake, and exhaust.
Correct.
So that's what you go out there. Now, you go into the house and you check that. And if it's not right, you show to the homeowner, all right, here's the deal. You've got some baffles, but they're squished up against the back of the roof. We need to allow the air to move through, right?
Yeah.
You see that a lot, I bet.
All the time.
And then, do you baffle every rafter?
We
Or
baffle
depends?
wherever there's venting,
Okay.
and the best venting is continuous, but sometimes it's not practical or affordable. But so everywhere there's venting, we make sure there's baffles.
Okay. And so if there's not enough venting, you're going to have to add venting.
Correct.
Okay. So now once you get the baffles done, the homeowner has, let's just say, 6 or 8 inches of insulation. That's probably an R19.
Yes.
What we want to do is R49 or R60. However, code in Michigan is
49.
It is 49. It used to be R38.
Yes.
Now it's R49. So R49 is the minimum. R60 is the maximum. After R60, folks, you have a law of diminishing returns. It doesn't give you any savings. Now, you can probably go with R49 and then your new product and call it a day, right?
Correct.
Okay, so you'll go out to the house, measure the insulation, and recommend, all right, you have 8 inches. We're going to do another 8 inches of blown, and then we're going to put the radiant barrier. So what is actually the radiant barrier? Because our video is cool, and you guys can see it. If you want to watch the video, folks, just go to Hire It Done's YouTube page or type in barrier insulation. It comes up all over YouTube or all over Google now. But for you, tell everyone how it works.
It's a metal reflective material. It's reflective on both sides. It has a reinforcement through the sheet to give it strength. And most importantly, it's got tiny little holes throughout the entire product because, again, we're back to the breathing thing. Your house is going to have humidity in it that's going to want to go up out your attic, and it's got to get through the radiant barrier to get out of the roof. So that's
heat rises, folks, right? Or heat travels, scientifically, heat travels towards cold,
Correct.
right? And when the hot air hits cold air, you get what they call dew point. Certain temperature differential will create dew point, which then moisture.
Correct.
So the radiant barrier insulation rests on top of your blown insulation. Correct?
Correct.
And by the way, the roll of it looks like a big roll of aluminum foil, but it's 4 feet tall. But it's got little perforated holes. You can't rip it. It's cool.
Yes. I challenge someone to rip it.
Yeah, the Hulk even couldn't. Maybe the Hulk. Maybe Thor. So, do you like superheroes?
Yes, I do.
Which superhero? Well, you have to digress. Tell me, which superhero do you think would be the best contractor?
Wow.
Right?
Yeah, good question.
I have struggles with that. I don't know. Text us, folks, 97136. Who's the best superhero to be the best contractor? Would it be Batman because he got the greatest toolbox? Would it be Superman because he got X-ray vision, right? And he can tell you where everything is.
Yep.
Would it be the Flash? Get the job done quick. Boom. Or maybe Wonder Woman.
I'd probably go with Wonder Woman just because.
Yeah. Okay. Wonder Woman because she's a female contractor. And she puts the rope around you and tell you the truth. Tell me what you're thinking, Bill.
There you go.
I want to hear from the listeners. Text me 97136. Who do you think the best superhero would be the best contractor? Or yeah, which contractor would be the best superhero? No, superhero would be the best contractor, right?
Correct.
I get all flustered thinking about Wonder Woman. I love her. Anyways, okay. Jeff Buddy, Studio B Architects. There you go. He's an architect. Maybe we should call him. So the radiant barrier, when the heat rises, goes into the attic. The insulation slows the heat traveling through it. Is that correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it does.
And then when that heat gets through the insulation, hits the barrier, it bounces back down.
Correct.
Which then slows it even down more.
Correct.
Which then keeps the heat in your house that much longer. It's really cool. So if you're one of those homeowners who were smart a couple of years ago and blew insulation like I told you, got the ventilation done, did a great roof, call you up and you could still come out and put the radiant over that.
Absolutely.
And that'll supercharge the savings.
Definitely.
Is it expensive?
No, it's very inexpensive.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. We're talking with Bill Burkhardt from Four Seasons Kanga Roof because they hop to it. I love that, by the way. Kanga-roof.com. And putting radiant barrier insulation will save. Is there percentages? Is there a way people can say, oh, if I can save this much?
In round numbers, the bottom line is going to be somewhere around 20%. And depending on what the existing insulation is, we could go up to 35% savings.
So done right.
Yes.
Okay, so 35%. So let's say your heat bill is $300 a month. 35% is at $105.
Correct.
$105 a month. And by the time it would take only one season to pay for that, basically.
Yes.
So the key is call Kanga Roof. You'll come out for free.
Yes.
You'll inspect the attic. You're going to check for ventilation. You're going to check for proper intake, proper everything. You'll also inspect the roof while you're there, right? Because if the roof is bad.
Sure.
What happens when you see like mold or you see dripping and condensation? Because I know when you go in an attic, the exhaust fan from the bathroom is dumping moist air into the attic and ruining it as it is.
That's one of the big things that we look at. The kitchen and the bathroom fans dumping moist, hot air into the attic is a big deal. We will share that information with the homeowner, let them know what it's going to take to correct it, and give them a price to do the work.
And so, okay, and now what kind of special deal are we giving homeowners right now so that they can get Kanga Roof to come out and give them the estimate on the radiant barrier insulation?
Well, right now, we're going to give away as a gift, just for letting us come out, a free Wi-Fi smart thermostat.
Free?
Free. Absolutely free. It's $189. We're giving it away free.
Did you hear that, folks? Free. You're getting a free Wi-Fi thermostat today. You got to have Kanga go out to your house. Think about it. If you ever wanted a Wi-Fi thermostat, will you set it up for them?
No.
Okay, so they have to get their heating.
They have to have their heating.
I got a guy.
It's easy to do. It's 4 wires.
Yeah, green, blue, red, and black.
If we do the work for them, I'm sure I can get my guys to hook it up for them.
Okay, if they end up buying from you,
we'll hook it up.
I got you.
We'll
That's
even program it. We'll even program it.
You supercharge the savings even more.
That's right.
So it works hand in hand. That's really smart marketing, by the way. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Folks, listen, I got to say this for everyone out there. A free Wi-Fi thermostat, if you have Kanga come out, inspect your roof, and allow them to show you how to save money. right?
Yes, correct.
How long are you there for?
For the appointment,
Yeah, hour?
60 to 90 minutes typically, depending on.
Yeah. And by the way, folks, here's the best part about Kanga Roof, because we don't allow this on Hire It Done. We do not allow high-pressure sales. You're out. We will throw you out of Hire It Done if you do that. Kanga Roof comes out there. You're gonna buy from them because you like them. That's the feedback we get. The guy was so nice. He was so honest. You came out to a homeowner's house recently. I'm going to tell you this right now. The homeowner emailed me and said, hey, Adam, your guy from Kanga measured my roof, came up and told me I don't need a new roof. I got 3 to 5 years left. And he said, I don't want to sell your roof unless you want to change the color. There's no need to. Who does that?
We do it all the time.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
That's important. That's integrity. That's what we stand for here at Hire It Done. That's what we want homeowners to know. You want a free Wi-Fi thermostat, folks? Are you hearing this? All of Michigan? Go to Kanga Roof. Get them to come out to your house. And by the way, it'll save money with all the, the insulation. That, again, the deal is to, obviously, you want to get them radiant barrier. I love that product. And so that's the best.
And not only that, we are giving 10% off through the end of the month from our regular pricing. And if people want to help us be our guinea pigs, where they will give us their energy bills from the previous year and then give us every month their new bills for the next year so we can document the savings for people, we'll allow them to even save even more on a case-by-case basis.
Well, there you go. I've never had that. Never had a guy give away a $180 Wi-Fi thermostat. All they have to do is go to hireitdone.com, the specials page. It's written out right there. Go to Kanga Roof, Kanga-Roof. Call them up, say, I heard you on the radio. Got to mention Hire It Done. And, folks, let's make it very clear. They're not mailing you a Wi-Fi thermostat. They're not showing up and giving it to you. They're going there, they're going in your attic, and they're going to measure and make sure that your house is ventilated properly. They're going to assess it, and they're going to give you a recommendation. For that, and you have no obligation after that, they'll give you the Wi-Fi thermostat. However, if you see that, oh my God, not only that, but I need to save money. Now, here's the deal. Typical houses are a price range. It's got to be less than a couple grand just to do the radiant, right? It's
anywhere, depending on the house and what needs to be done, it's really anywhere from about $800, and the bigger houses can go $2,500, $3,000.
And if someone can't afford that right now, can they finance it?
Yes.
Even better.
We are coming out with a flex pay option for our clients that you're going to be allowed, if you have some money but you don't have enough, we're going to be able to do a hybrid approach to financing.
Some down now.
Yep. If you're getting some back in taxes, we can do 6 months on some. We can do a loan on others. We can parlay that with a down payment to make it as easy for the client to get what they need as quickly as they can.
Yeah. That's awesome. Folks, I want to repeat this again because I want to make sure everyone understands this has never been given away. We don't give away anything free on Hire It Done. If you call Kanga Roof and have them come out and inspect your attic, the ventilation, the insulation, the roof, let them write the recommendation what you need. No obligation to buy. They're giving you a $180 Wi-Fi thermostat. Am I saying it right?
You are saying it exactly correct.
That's like the almost impossible guarantee.
Yes.
I love this. This is great. Bill, I want to thank you for coming on today. Can you imagine we're now over a half hour already?
No, I can't believe. I figured it's about 10 minutes.
Having fun, right?
Yes, we are.
We got to have a shout out to Barlow, by the way.
Go for it.
He's the best. John Barlow, Major Mattis. He taught Major Mattis. That's all I want to say.
He is the man.
So, Kanga-Roof.com. Bill Burkhardt, thank you for coming on. Thank you for being part of Hire It Done.
Thank you for
You guys are
having
rock stars. Appreciate that. Folks, we're going to repeat the offer when we come back, but we got to go for a break, and we'll be right back, folks. I'm Adam Helfman. This is Hire It Done, saving everybody money. I love it. HireItDone.com. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. This is Hire It Done. This is probably one of the best deals we ever had on Hire It Done. I got to give Kanga Roof credit. That's a serious offer. So if you're not sure how to tell if your insulation or ventilation is good, Kanga Roof is going to come out and do a free attic inspection. They're going to check the condition of your roof, the ventilation, and the insulation. When you book your attic inspection through HireItDone.com, or just go to Kanga Roof, no problems, you get a free Wi-Fi enabled thermostat. Okay? It's free. You don't have to buy anything. So Think about that. If it turns out your attic can use help, they're going to also give you 10% off the discount of any work. That's a pretty sweet deal. And for those of you who think that's, fuzzy math or whatever, you're not a match for us anyways, because you don't understand that. So for the people that want to take advantage of it and are smart and understand that my business model is to help homeowners, guess what? You get it. And you deserve to be saving money, because that's what I do here. Batman has all the right tools, and he's a great problem solver. Bottom line, he gets the job done and does quality work. Kanan, U.S. Navy veteran. Hey, thank you if you're a veteran. Thank you, by the way. All veterans, thank you. Especially Kanan. He understands Batman. Green Lantern, Iron Man, or Mr. Fantastic. The Penguin, he's a businessman, gets the job done right. Quack, quack. I like the Penguin. So, yeah, which superhero would be the best contractor? If I was a demolition contractor, it would be the Hulk, right? In fact, the city of Detroit should have given the demolition contract to the Hulk. He would have gotten all them houses down. But you know how that is. It is what it is. Text me 97136. Which superhero would be the best contractor? So what are the questions you got to ask yourself before a major renovation? Are you thinking of putting a room addition on your house? Are you thinking about putting a dormer? How about a kitchen? Finished basement, right? You're doing a finished basement, you better make sure that it's waterproof. What about basement waterproofing? It's scary, right? That's the point, folks. You got water coming in your basement. What do you do? Well, again, hire it done. We have, waterproofing company like EverDry. If you think about it, they come out to your house. They'll tell you what is wrong. It's that simple. We try to take the fear out of remodeling. A lot of you guys who don't understand, okay, that's what you do. Okay, good. So if you want your basement dry and not leaky, simple. Hire it done. EverDry. Smart. So what are the questions if you're going to do a major renovation? You want to do your basement. Think about it. You got to make sure it's dry. So what do you do, folks? First thing you say to yourself, how much is it going to cost? What's the budget? How much can I afford? What about extras? Right? You need to have a realistic outlook. And you need to set benchmarks for yourself on all the stages of construction. Yeah, I want to finish my basement. What do? You go online, you go on YouTube, you watch HGTV, and you think you can do it in a half hour? How about this question about this? My budget is small. I can't afford a lot. I have multiple rooms to overhaul. Where do I want to put my focus? You need to prioritize, folks. You need to figure out what you want to do first. You have a needs, you have wants, you have priorities. You got to do that. Here's a rule of thumb. A brand new kitchen, brand new bathroom gives you the highest return on investment. Okay? Think about that. Where should I do it myself, or should I go pro? Are you a DIYer or a go pro? Do it for me. Most homeowners think they can do it all. Things like plumbing, electrical. You want to do your own electrical, folks? It's shocking. I don't think so. Leave it to the pros. What about codes and permits? If you think you can do it yourself, you got to make sure that you understand what you're doing. And what is the real savings? What's your time worth? Be critical with your contractor selection. That's important. Finding the right contractor definitely is the most important part. And that's why we have hireitdone.com, where we help you find the right contractor. We just want you to have a hassle-free home improvement. You got a question for me? Should we go to the phone lines? Yeah, I'll go to the phone lines. Hold on. Good morning, Earl.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm so good, I don't know what to do with myself.
Oh, that's a good problem.
Tell me, what's going on in your house?
Well, I recently got some new windows in my upstairs, and I've got this Jack and Jill bathroom between my two sons' rooms. Okay. And one of the reasons we did the new windows is because the one window in the bathroom was getting all moldy, and then I noticed there's mold on the ceiling, and there's no bath vent or bath fan in this particular bathroom. And I know from having a previous home inspection that, when you do put in a fan, you can't just vent it up into the attic, because then you take all the moisture and put it in the attic, and then you have mold in your attic. So
Right.
I need to get the fan installed, and then obviously the ductwork, and then go through the roof. So I don't know, do I need to get an electrician to do the fan and then have a roofer come in and do the roof, or is there one contractor that can kind of do the whole project?
Yeah, that's a really good question, because it involves a little bit of demolition, a little bit of electrical, a little bit of heating, cooling, a little bit of roofing.
Drywall work,
Yeah.
and ceilings, and
So here's what I suggest you do. I would go buy, I'm a fan of the Panasonic brand vent fans because they're whisper, but you got to use solid piping, okay?
Yeah.
When you exhaust it, use a solid pipe. Do not go flex pipe, and you do want to run it through the roof. Now, can you get up in the attic and look and see where the pitch of the roof is in that area?
Yeah, it's tight right there.
Okay, so it's not going to be a long run out to the bottom, outside the roof. Okay.
No, not at all.
Okay, then you're lucky, because the shorter the distance, the better. Now, there are heating cooling contractors that Hire Done has that will actually do the whole install for you.
Nice.
So if you go to Hire Done, you can get one of our guys to do that. But the bath fan, I would just go buy yourself. But you can also, have them do the whole thing. But the key is sizing the bath fan, right? You need like a 300 CFM if it's a Jack and Jill at least.
Okay.
And then make sure that when it's vented out, that pipe, goes out the roof, that they use a boot when it goes out, so that the roof wraps around it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Like a flashing boot kind of thing.
Yeah. And so a heating cooling guy can do that for you.
One other question, as far as a recommendation, what are your thoughts on like the fans that actually have a light in them that actually go in the shower itself, like over the tub itself?
It's
It
cool.
always just scares me a little bit with like electrical over the top of water. It's like
it's a sealed unit. It's a sealed unit. It's obviously, it does prevent a lot of the humidity and steam to go into the rest of the bathroom. It's more of a space saver as opposed to anything else. Combines everything. I'm a big fan of the light, the heat. It blows heat down, and then it sucks all the air out. That's what I like.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Again, yeah, it's all, it's bells and whistles, but if it's installed properly in the right location, you're good to go.
Is there a better place to go for like that unit than others? I mean, is it something like Home Depot's okay for something like that? Or
no, I would never go to a box store. I would go to Infusion Kitchen and Bath.
Infusion Kitchen and Bath.
Yeah, they're out of Wixom. Aetna Supply is the parent company. They're a Michigan company, but you can go online and check them out. But there's a coupon. They have a 40% off coupon for one item. So, yeah, I just saved you a ton of money. And just,
Is that on your site or is that on their site?
Just on their site. But you can just call, or you can call them and just say, I heard Hire Done he said there's a discount. They'll give it to you. There's a coupon for that.
Awesome.
Yeah, of course. So
I appreciate the help.
If you ever need anything, and I appreciate you listening. Thank you.
Of course.
Have a great weekend, my friend.
You the same. Thank you.
Talk to you later. Anyways, folks, that's what we do here at Hire It Done. Do I save money if I buy materials and have contractor do the work? That's a really good question. So let's talk about that right now, folks. A lot of homeowners have that question. Can you save money if you buy the materials and have the contractor do the work? The answer is yes. However, the caveat follows. Let me give you the caveat. When you supply the faucets, you supply the windows, if there's a defect in the manufacturing, if it breaks, it doesn't work, guess who's responsible, folks? You are. If the contractor supplies the faucet, the windows, the roof, whatever it is, the cabinets, then he's responsible. And that's why you pay a little more. Now, my advice to the homeowner is, if you're going to supply stuff, I went to, we got this great coupon at Infusion. Yeah, that's great. I encourage you to supply stuff because I'm all about helping you get the best hassle-free home improvement and save money while you're doing it. I want to help you with that, folks. So here's the deal. Work it out ahead of time with your contractor. Okay, Mr. Contractor, Adam Helfman gave me a coupon for Infusion. And I went and bought all the faucets. I bought a tub. I bought this. I want you to install it. Now, if the guy installs it and screws it up installing it, guess who's responsible? He is. But if the valve goes bad, if there's a defect, if the broken plastic, something happens, and it does, as we all know, SH happens. we need to make sure that it's talked about. So what I recommend is, okay, Mr. Homeowner, you're going to buy the plumbing, I'm going to install it. If something happens with the plumbing, here's what we'll do. I won't charge you to drive to the supply house and get the new part. You just buy the new part, and if it's easy, I'll put it in. If it's not easy, I'm going to have to charge you a couple hours labor to install it. So you're risking money down the road if it breaks. The point is, can you save money by doing that? Yes. Most contractors put stuff in properly, okay? So you should be okay. How do radiant barriers work? So the radiant barrier insulation looks like tinfoil, folks, with little holes in it. It's the size of, wrapping paper. Like, it's huge, 4 feet long. It comes out in a roll, and they lay it over your insulation. So when the heat leaves your attic and goes through the insulation, and remember, insulation slows down the transfer of heat, right? It hits the barrier. What that barrier does is it bounces it back. So then it's like slows down that transfer, which then means the heat stays in your attic longer. That's how it works. Pretty simple science. Type in radiant barrier insulation, you'll see. And it's really cool. And Kanga Roof is the only one doing it. And by golly, it's such a great deal. Folks, legit. It's legit. Okay? So I just want you to know it's not a big deal. So here's the other thing. You got to ask yourself when you're hiring a contractor, do I like this person enough to do this project together? You got to like your contractor. And I'm not talking about liking him, like liking him. I'm talking about you got to like him. Is this an honest guy, this or that? You know what I'm saying? So you got to like your contractor. Renovation is like a marriage. There's the dating phase, there's the marriage phase, and then when they're done, it's the adios, bye-bye phase. You got to understand that, folks. It's a relationship. There's anxiety involved in that. Now, what about the non-cosmetic fixes that I really need to tackle? I'm going to answer that when we come back. We're taking a quick break, folks. My name's Adam Helfman. This is Hire It Done on 97.1 The Ticket. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Google me. It's pretty funny. If you're not sure how to tell your insulation and ventilation are good, call the professionals at Kanga Roof for a free attic inspection. They're going to check the condition of your roof, ventilation, and insulation. It's a free check, by the way. And if you book your inspection through hireitdone.com or kangaroof.com, they're going to give you a free Wi-Fi enabled thermostat. That's a $180 value for free. You don't have to buy anything. Listen to me. You do not have to buy anything. If it turns out that your attic could use some help, whether you need more insulation, if it's not ventilated properly, if your roof is rotting quicker, they're going to give you a price to fix it, and they're going to give you 10% off discount on the work. Okay? It's a pretty sweet deal. Go to hireitdone.com. Look at our specials page. It's on there. Legit, folks. Okay? Superhero contractor, Captain Atom, ATOM. He has the ability of atomic manipulation and transmutation. He can pretty much remodel your whole home using the existing materials in place. Now, that's like advanced contractor stuff. That's out of my build. I want to use the Hulk as the demolition. I want to use Batman as the contractor. And I want to use Superman to check for mold behind the wall. Simple. I got a team. The Avengers. Right? Can we mix DC and Marvel Universe? There's probably been talks about it. Justice League. I can't wait. By the way, I rented the whole theater for Star Wars. Thursday night, before Star Wars opens on Friday, I have my own theater. I got 51 seats. I'm going to bring friends and maybe some listeners. Could be cool, right? If you're a Star Wars fan, let me know. 97136. What are the projects you should do or not do yourself? Should you do it yourself or not, folks? That's a good question. Let me tell you some of the projects I believe you shouldn't do yourself. Because from the neck down, I'm worth minimum wage. Although, at minimum wage when I worked at Burger King, everyone knows I made a Whopper. It looked like the picture. It's the best. Tree removal. Cutting down trees, even removing branches requires climbing. What do you think you are, Spider-Man? Forget it, folks. Don't do tree removal. Hire a pro. And I'm still looking for a good qualified tree removal company at Hire It Done. If you know one, send them to me. Adam@hireitdone.com. Please. I need a good tree removal company. If you're in the tree removal business, you're licensed, you're insured, and you're actually good, you don't have any complaints, I want to know. I want to know, folks. It's important. How about building an addition? Are you kidding me? Structural changes in your house? Are you kidding me? Don't do that yourself. Knocking down walls might seem like a simple task, but did you know if the wall is load-bearing or not? What about plumbing from upstairs going down the wall? Electrical wiring, gas pipes, plumbing. Come on now. Liz Locke is a Star Wars fan. What up, Liz? Dana. Whoa. What up, Dana? Insulation. Yeah, I rented the theater. Birmingham Palladium. Got my own theater for Star Wars preview night. I am excited. Who does that? Only a nerd like me. Should I make everyone dress up? I think I'm going to dress up. I'd be a great Sith Lord. Right? I just can't put them contact lenses in. But who knows? I'm just a Star Wars guy. How about paving your own driveway? Really? Paving stones. They can turn a boring driveway into a focal point. And while they look relatively easy to install, the reality is measuring, positioning, the base, digging, excavating, leave it to we're the guys. Right? We're the guys. Brick pavers. Those are the guys. Fresh cut. You heard of them. Brick pavers installed properly are the way to go. Okay? It's important. You need to know this, folks. In fact, get your brick paving done before the end of the year. I'm kidding. No, get it actually scheduled. Because next year you got a graduation party. You better call them out because all the good guys are going to be busy next year. Here's another don't do it yourself deal. You ready? Electrical work. Think about this. Electrical work. If it's one thing to flip a fuse, folks, but it's another to attempt a faulty wiring or an electrical issues without professional help. It's all fun and games. You can go on YouTube. Oh, don't touch the black wire, the ground, this and that. You know, like I know, you're going to want to touch it just to see. Ooh, just really quick. Once you've been shocked with 120 volts, let me tell you something. It vibrates on your hand for like minutes. Trust me, I've done it. That's why I know I'm not the do-it-yourself guy. I'm the do-it-for-me guy. How about plumbing repair? Like, really, dude? You're gonna sweat your own pipes? Come on. Unless it's something simple like unclogging a toilet, you know, maybe a plunger. Think about that. You just gotta call Shelby Mechanical. Those are our guys. Ronnie Alexander will fix all your plumbing needs. He'll put in a toilet with heated seats. He's my hero. Okay? Just so you know. And the other one is roof repair. Who's going to repair their own roof? Really, dude? When you got Kanga roof that says if you don't like it, you don't pay? In fact, I have an ode to roofing. We have Kanga roof. He was just on with the barrier insulation. He's great. We've got Rapid Roofing. Those guys are rock stars. Tittle. We've got all the good roofers, folks. All of them. American Standard. My man, Adam Taggett from Exterior Experts. Brad Klaus. Where's my cookies, Klaus? Right? You get cookies with your roof with Brad. Peaks Construction. Folks, if you want a roof that doesn't leak, I promise you, I guarantee you Hire It Done is the place to go. We are better than every roofer out there. All of them. Legit. Michigan Property Network. I'm a climber. Professional getting done cruising the state. Oh, good. Let's roll. Go to hireitdone.com, Michigan Property. Get with me. The Star Wars Theater sounds cool. Double hockey sticks. Would love to dress up. Your show's awesome. Thanks. The way you casually saved that guy 40% off on the vent fan was great. That's what I'm saying. I'm here to help you guys. I'm here to save you money. If you call my roofers, if you call anybody, folks, and just say, when you hire a contractor from Hire It Done, just say, hey, Adam told me to give me a better deal. You know what? They'll honor it. They'll discount the price. It's really simple. And that's the whole point of the show, folks. Here's my goal, to give you good home improvement advice. I just want you to, when you're going to hire a contractor, I want you not to get burned. I want you to have a happy, hassle-free home improvement. It doesn't have to be rocket science. I want you to have a good time doing this. I want you to enjoy my show. In fact, I'm grateful. I'm very grateful that you listen. So I want to thank my listeners. I want you to know that we're going to be having a Star Wars bash. I'm actually going to have I actually rented the theater. I already paid. I got 51 seats. It's the best. Thursday night. The question is, should I serve food? Should I go as far as serving food, get pizzas, chicken wings, or should we just do straight up popcorn and slushes, frozen drinks? And should I make everyone dress up? I'm definitely going to do a charity or something, but we'll see. Anyways, folks, I got to thank everyone for listening, because you are great. Next week, we're going to have an awesome show again. And if you need good contractors, listen, you want gutter helmet? We got them. You want radiant insulation? We got them. You want a roof that doesn't leak? We got it. Dan from Livonia, thank you. Anyways, I'm here to help you. And here's the other benefit. Adam Helfman is a real person. It's me. I love bacon. So why wouldn't you want to use us? Just for that fact alone. But I'm here to help you. Email me, adam@hireitdone.com. Go to Hire It Done on Facebook. Click like. Get all this free home improvement advice. Watch us on TV. The brand is growing. We're the #1 home improvement show on radio. Okay, folks? You understand that? #1. I ain't looking back. We're on the #1 sports station. I'm almost as big as Valenti. Roberto's like, what? Will you play that for Valenti this week? Say, Helfman says he's almost as big as you. Anyways, I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. I will see you next week. Hire It Done rocks. So does 97.1 The Ticket. Thank you, folks. See you later.